Oh,
guys, it's a dark day. It's a dark day today.
it's actually sunny here. It was like 90. Got up in the 90s. It's not that dark at all.
It was a beautiful day, but don't get me wrong.
It doesn't look like it for you, but I'm just talking about for me.
Listen, man, the Wolves lost. Elon Musk is out of the White House. I don't want to freaking talk about it. This is the worst day of my freaking life.
Yikes! I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't know how I'm gonna move forward.
I mean, I think you'll figure it out. Oh,
fucking hell!
Damn, it's really coming down over there.
Yeah, I know. Welcome to the It Takes All Kinds podcast, where we've got the dreariest of days on my side and a normal, sunny, 90-degree weather over there in LA and beautiful sunny LA. Shut up. We're recording this on Friday, May 30th. You'll be hearing this on Monday, June 2.
June 2?
June 2nd.
You know what day that is? Oh, shit. Wait, what the fuck? Is that you?
I'll be right back.
Okay. I don't really know what's happening, guys. I apologize. It's
Yeah, hold on. There's the wind's going crazy over here.
It looks pretty still, honestly. All right. Well, I mean, he should be. Oh, he's coming back. Oh. I guess that maybe it's just a test. Is it a Monday morning? Oh.
No, it's a Friday night.
Oh, well, that's strange that they're running tornado tests now, I guess.
Yeah, it's just that bad of a day for everybody, I guess.
Well, for me, it's pretty nice. It was like 90 degrees here. Oh, my God.
Jesus fucking Christ. Careful.
Wow, it is a dreary day over there. I'm sorry, Gavin.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I'm ready to celebrate because if you're not going to say it, then I will.
And how are you going to celebrate?
The day of my birth, my 25th birthday, which is...
And how would you like to celebrate here on the podcast with a Sprite Tea?
That's how I want to do it. It's my birthday today. Thank you for all those who... my birthday today as in Monday when the episode comes out. It's my birthday shebang. What were you going to say?
I always thought it was like way later in the month. I thought it was always like way later in the month.
Gavin has never remembered my birthday.
Yeah.
Even Matt remembered it, and it hasn't even happened yet.
Oh, did he say happy birthday on Thursday?
No, he said, are you taking Monday? You should take Monday off for your birthday. And I was like, I wish I could, but I've got to work for the man.
We're all just cogs in the system, man.
It's true. Cog is in the podcast system over here. No, I just decided not to ask off because I just asked off for a whole week.
You're just a selfless guy. And you're punishing yourself.
Well, that's what I'm into. I'm into S&M stuff.
Right.
Not the delicious chocolate candy, the fuckable green chocolate candy. Even though they took that away, unfortunately.
Yeah, they did.
Did you ever fuck a bag of M&Ms?
I wish I could.
It doesn't fit.
Never done it.
You.
Never done it, though.
You got a wide load. Guys, as Gavin said, we're celebrating my birthday in style with the most disgusting soda release of the year so far. Sprite plus tea. I don't know who asked for this.
Allegedly, some interns at Coca-Cola made it a few years ago.
Interns are so fucking stupid. I was an intern once, so I can say that.
Me too.
Yeah, I just don't. This is like one of those things where like 5 people want it, and like it's gonna suck.
Carson, the public was practically begging for it.
I don't know what public you're looking at, but the public I know.
The public.
The Republic? And of course, we're going to be talking about Elon leaving. We're NBA roundup of the week. Sad stuff, good stuff. We have a new product for you guys to try out. We're going to watch that. We have some clips of the week. Carson's Cinema Corner featuring Gavin's review of Friendship. He went out and saw it. So we can talk a little bit more about it and get into some spoiler territory. I saw Bring Her Back last night. Might be some spoilers there. We'll see. I don't expect Gavin to see it, but you never know.
I probably won't.
A next door drama, What You Listening To, all coming up on my birthday show, in case I didn't mention that. again, I think I was about to say thank you if you said happy birthday to me, and if you didn't, you can honestly go fuck yourself, because you should be celebrating. It's for me. It's my day. I'm 25. I'm gonna go rent a car and
get off your parents' insurance, right? 26.
Well,
26.
No,
Is
I got
when you do
another
that.
year. I got it, but I got to start figuring that out. Yeah, gotta figure that one out. I also can't wait until midnight that night, because that's when you turn 25 is when your brain fully develops. So I'm waiting to see what realizations and things happen that day or at midnight. I think it's gonna be crazy. I think my brain just might explode Sunday night. It's gonna be nuts. I already know so much, so I'm just packing it all in, you know.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's why I'm trying to finish the Phantom Menace before that, because
You didn't finish it last night?
no, I got through pod racing though.
Now this is pod racing.
And man, all of those characters suck. All the racers.
Okay, man.
But
Sebulba is one of the coolest characters in all of Star Wars.
I like quadrillions or whatever, the guy with the weird face. He's
long.
Yeah, he's got like
really
a
big,
wide face.
Really wide, yeah.
He's the guy whose pod doesn't start up as well.
Yeah.
And he's like,
I think it's like Ben Quadranaris or something.
Yeah,
like that.
that's it. Man, all those characters suck and are so pointless and stupid.
Yeah, Ben Quadranaris.
But
I wish I didn't know that answer.
yeah. But the pod racing, the actual racing, one of like the coolest, best CGI things I've ever seen.
Okay.
I think so. I think it was really well done. Yeah, the sounds are cool. It looks good.
incredible.
It looks real for like fucking 1999. If that came out today, I would be like, this is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
It looks good. It looks good.
That's the thing with these movies is that they've really tanked the CGI in the last few years.
Oh, you think it's
Like
gotten
Marvel
worse?
movies. I think Marvel movies have gotten significantly worse in terms of CGI.
Well, I'm talking about Star
really
Wars.
tell.
I don't want to talk.
I know.
about
I'm just
Marvel.
saying that like if they were to make it today, it would look worse.
Okay, but I mean, I think the CGI is most of the CGI is terrible in it. That's why I'm like it was
Jar
so
Jar
surprising.
Binks
Yeah,
is really bad in it.
and Jabba sucks too. Jabba came out, and I was like, woof,
Woof.
because he looks so good in the whichever one he's in the 70s or 80s. He looked big puppet looks so good.
Yeah, and is Yoda's not a puppet in that. I
haven't got to Yoda
episode
yet.
1 or 2 or 3.
I haven't seen him yet, and I'm not excited.
You'll have to have an appointment. You'll have to have an opinion on that.
You'll have to have an appointment to talk about that. Guys, I think we shouldn't waste any more time and get into this fucking drink. My mouth is watering waiting for this. Shit. You gotta get out of there, man. Gavin's on the set of Twisters 2 right now. Starring Glenn Powell.
Of all people.
Of all people, if you can believe that. And Paul Scheer. He's in it.
That's right.
Sprite plus tea, guys. I feel like I've already said everything I need to say. Lemon, lime, and tea flavored soda. Tea flavored soda. What does that even mean? I've known that this was coming out for a while, and I saw it in the store, and not excited. Gonna give it a sniffer. Smells like Sprite and tea mixed together, if you can imagine that. Now, if it's gonna taste good, it might taste like an Arnold Palmer, which I wouldn't hate. But Sprite doesn't taste like lemonade.
No.
So I'm doubtful of that. And I've never wanted a carbonated Arnold Palmer ever.
Oh, it's brown. Like a light tea. Yeah, it's like a light tea.
It's like piss. It's like a good, well-hydrated piss. Here we go. It's not terrible, but it is literally
tastes like tea and Sprite.
It tastes exactly like what it says it is, which isn't horrible. I know you don't like it though.
It's fine.
Oh, because you were telling.
I don't like twisted tea. I don't like twisted tea at all. I don't like tea coming out of a can.
Tea to me.
I don't like tea coming out of a can.
Yeah.
I like Arizona tea, but out of a gallon.
Well, it's because you got low tea.
It's true. I'm a soy boy.
Well, yeah, of course. Soy Jack Horseman.
Just take a look behind me. This is not soy.
That's definitely wheat.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh, whoa, mid ring.
Oh, it just
Oh,
stopped.
gosh.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know that they could just stop tornado sirens that quickly.
Yeah, these are sure.
You know what's
Sure.
interesting? It's really heavy on the tea at the front. Like all I can taste is tea when it hits my tongue. And then you swallow it, and then it's like, oh, it's Sprite.
Yeah.
With like a little tea aftertaste.
Little tea.
It's strange. It almost feels like it separates in your mouth. Like oral. You know, oral and water don't mix. Oral. Like olive oil and canola oil.
Oh, oil.
Yeah, oral.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay,
it's just
okay.
my accent coming through.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
to be sure, but a welcome one.
it's fine, but it's like, what's the point? It's just I'm never gonna buy it again. I'll finish all
No,
12
I don't know.
cans, but
Yeah, I don't know. Because it's like, would it be like? Is this like Lipton tea? Is this what type of tea is
Oh,
this? Is
yeah.
this pure leaf? I think it's pure leaf.
What
I
tea?
guess it would be pure leaf tea.
What tea?
Because I think Coke. See what tea Coke owns.
See what tea Doke downs. Gold Peak and Peace Tea. So probably
Okay.
Gold Peak.
Yeah,
That's my mommy's favorite tea. She a Gold Peak drinker.
She puts it in her big gulp. She goes to.
Yeah.
She goes to what? Circle K. Is that where they get the big gulp, or is that 7-Eleven?
Well, big gulp is 7-Eleven, but you're
Okay.
talking about that big like jug you used to
Yeah,
be able to buy.
yeah,
I don't think they sell those
yeah.
anymore.
No, probably
I wonder
not.
why.
I hope not.
I bet if you still own one, they probably still have to honor it.
That's true. And I don't know if you ever heard of this before, but have you ever seen like heavy soda in Southern Missouri? They like have more syrup in it. They have more syrup in.
Is that like a thing, or is that just like a?
It's a thing. There's like some gas stations and places down South Missouri that drink heavy soda where it's like more syrup than it is carbonation.
Oh, and it'll literally be like labeled.
Yeah, it'll be labeled like heavy soda.
This one has like 3 labels
Heavy
on
sodas.
it. Let me-
Yeah.
I'll open it
So
up
I'm thinking
you can
about
see.
getting that. I'm thinking about getting that at my house.
What are you thinking about getting at your house?
One of those heavy soda fountains.
Okay, this is what.
Yeah.
For the people at home, I'll show it to you, Gavin, too, so you can see.
Yep,
Don't. You got to be careful when you do that.
that's
They
it.
put
Heavy.
it on there 3 times.
Yeah, heavy.
They
Heavy soda.
Make sure the people knew. I would
Yeah,
love
that's-
that.
I
I
wanna-
love a syrupy soda.
I think Sprite plus tea could use a heavy soda with it.
Because you don't want to taste the tea.
Correct.
I mean, I agree with that. I don't really want to either. Yeah, I don't. It's. I don't. I just. It's
Certainly something.
It's stupid. It's dumb. I don't know. It's a novelty, as the kids say. Well, Gavin, drink up. Get your sugar fix in, because obviously it's a sad day today. Elon Musk has been kicked out of the White House, or he left, but he had a one-night stand with Donald Trump. He walked out of the White House carrying his purse and he only had one shoe on. He was missing a sock. His hair was all messy and
His eye was black.
his eye was black. So let's talk about that. You brought this up to me today. I'm going to show everybody at home so they can see it. You already saw it, so I don't need to show you. Gavin informed me of this. So when was this?
I think it was today.
Because it looks like he's still in the White House.
Yeah, it does. So maybe it was a couple days ago,
We're gonna
but I
do
think
it.
it was today. He like appeared in the White House today.
Why would he be back in the White House?
Well, I don't know. I just listen, man. I've
You're
been
right.
up
It
my-
was
I was up-
today.
Yeah, it was today. Like I don't know why or how he got this black eye, but there is a black eye now.
Okay.
A black eye.
Elon
with Elon
Musk
Musk.
shows up with mysterious. This is from People Magazine, one of my favorite websites. Elon Musk shows up with mysterious black eye at Oval Office meeting with Trump, blames it on his 5-year-old son, amid a chaotic news cycle about his alleged drug use on the 2024 campaign trail. Musk
Ketamine.
arrived at the White House. Elon and President joint press conference in the White House to mark the end of Musk's tenure as a special government employee. The press conference began with Trump extolling the victories of the first 4 months of his second term in office. However, most eyes were on Musk. For the Oval Office occasion, the Tesla CEO sported a Doge hat, referencing, yeah, I get it. You need to tell me about fucking Doge. They kind of talk about it. Yeah, I don't.
He just has it. He just has a black
He just has it. I was
Has a
walking
black eye.
around with little X, and I said, "Go ahead and punch me in the face."
Oh,
You
trust
did?
me, there is a time that you can say in here that Musk. You can use that Musk impression.
Well, that's what I'm doing right now. This is him talking. Musk claimed,
Oh, okay.
I didn't really feel much at the time, but I guess it bruises up. So he's told his son, go ahead and punch me in the face? In what circumstance? I've never had a conversation with my dad where he's like, yeah, just go ahead, sock me in the face.
Yeah. So actually, what happened was it was a lot of different things actually, and so really what happened is we were playing together with his toys, with X's toys, and he actually punched me.
Well, I told him he could do that. So basically I told him to do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Elon Musk's days working at the White House are over, though, and it makes me sad.
I just want to know. I'm so stuck on why did they have a joint meeting after he announced he was leaving? I'm just so stuck on that.
They just had to make sure that the baton was passed off.
To who?
They just had to make sure, okay?
I know. I just don't get it. Continue, though. I apologize.
Musk, the billionaire Tesla CEO, whom President Trump enlisted to cut waste in the federal government, started offboarding from his role Wednesday, a White House official told NBC News, a day after he criticized a Republican bill to fund much of Trump's agenda. Two sources later confirmed to NBC News that Musk's more than 114-day-long tenure as a special government employee finally concluded Wednesday evening. Musk commented on his exit Wednesday on X, his social media platform. He called... Goodness gracious.
Around with little X, and I said, "Go
Is that
ahead,
me?
punch me in the face," and he did. Turns out even a 5-year-old punched me in the face. Actually,
That was X that did it?
Well, there he is
Oh,
talking about
there
it.
that was actually
that was an
pretty spot
accident,
on.
but that was pretty
Yeah.
good. Hold on.
Okay.
X could do it. If you knew X, he
I
could
saw
do
his
it.
mom right.
X gonna give it to him. Let me play.
It could have done it.
I mean, it's just I don't need to show the video because it's so small.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no, I was just horsing around with little X, and I said,
Horsing around.
"Go ahead, punch me in the face," and he did. Turns out even a 5-year-old punching you in the face actually does.
That was X that did it? X could do it. If you knew X, he
I
could
saw
do
his
it.
mom right now.
if you knew his 5-year-old son, he could do it.
He could do it.
What does that mean?
He's got... I just feel like he's got a... I mean, like, the black eye isn't that big. I'll be honest. It's not that
No,
big.
no,
So
it's so
it's
small.
not that big. So it does maybe look like that. But
And it's. I mean,
It
listen,
does look
this
small.
This should calm our nerves a little bit because they're still being friendly. Those two guys.
yeah, that's true. That is very true. Oh,
As a
thank
weight
God.
off of my back.
Yeah.
Sorry, I apologize. That was an accident. That actually was good. Continue though.
Musk commented on his exit Wednesday X, his social media platform. He called for the Doge mission to become a way of life throughout the government, referring to his Department of Government Efficiency initiative. As my scheduled time as a special government employee comes to an end, I would like to thank President Donald Trump for the opportunity to reduce wasteful spending. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wrote Musk, the richest person in the world.
Yeah. Like, good writing.
While a senior White House official has previously stressed that Musk is a friend of Trump's, the White House did not provide an on-the-record comment Wednesday about Musk's departure. NBC News has reported that special government employees, a class of temporary worker that included Musk, can typically work up to 130 days in a calendar year, though the days can be split up. The White House first publicly acknowledged Musk's role on February 3rd, so he was most likely nearing the end of that tenure. Musk's official departure came in a charged moment in his relationship with Trump. On Tuesday, CBS News' Sunday Morning shared a clip of him sharing his disappointment in the massive spending bill, which he said undermines the work of his Doge operation, which has aimed to reduce federal spending by slashing the size of the federal workforce, cutting government programs, and eliminating grants deemed wasteful. The Congressional Budget Office estimated the Republican funding package would add $2.3 trillion to the federal deficit deficit over 10 years, largely because of the extension of Trump's 2017 tax cuts and new expenditures that outweigh the savings. Musk initially set out to cut upward of $2 trillion through the operation, a goal he later significantly walked back. Now he leaves the government with Doge having thus far fallen well short of the trillions of dollars savings he once touted on the campaign trail. As of Wednesday evening, the Doge government website claimed $175 billion in saving, though its claims have been found to be very questionable. Trump responded to Musk's criticisms on Wednesday afternoon in the Oval Office, defending the funding package. He said the legislation would deliver on several of his key priorities, but he also noted the complexities of passing such a sprawling bill through a sharply divided House. My reaction's a lot of things. Number one, we have to get a lot of votes. We can't be cutting, we need to get a lot of support, and we have a lot of support. We had to get it through the House, Trump said. Musk was among the most visible people in the early days of the second Trump administration, securing Trump's favor, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, this is,
Yeah, it just kind of goes on.
It just goes on about like his days. So, yeah, I mean, I think he said it was pretty stupid or something like that. He's like, yeah, I think it's pretty stupid. Like it was a very just like tame criticism. Mm-hmm. Like he just didn't like it, and yeah. I think it is funny that it almost equates to exactly how much he was planning on cutting, and then how much he got.
We watched it,
or he wanted to get, and how much this bill was worth.
Yeah. We watched it on office hours, and it was like literally like a 5-second clip.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I think it's stupid.
I want to find this. This sounds like this little meeting they had might be chock full of some good stuff. I was gonna start reading it. Oh God, it's like an hour long though. Let's just watch this quick one.
Of his stuff.
Sorry, I'm like I can't multitask.
No, you're good. Of like the meeting today.
Yeah, of the meeting today. I was
you're good.
Glancing at things he was saying, Trump was saying in there, and I was like,
yeah,
I just gotta watch this because this is
Trump has been extremely tangential recently.
Yeah, they were saying some funny things. Okay, this is from a local news, so we'll see how good this video actually is, but
spending.
I don't want to watch
Musk
an hour
is
of
trusting
it.
the Trump administration to carry on the Doge mission without him.
This is not the end of Doge, but really the beginning.
While Musk is leaving, having fallen short of his ambitious $2 trillion goal, he says Doge did cut
over 160 billion, and that's climbing. We expect that number will probably go over 200 billion soon.
And we likely haven't seen the last of him.
And Elon's really not leaving. He's going to be back and forth, I think. I have a feeling. It's his baby. Americans owe him a great debt of gratitude.
And I'll continue to be visiting here and be a friend and advisor to the president.
With mass layoffs and aggressive cuts to government agencies, Musk quickly became public enemy number one.
It's good.
Businesses like Tesla suffered for it.
We love Tesla. Essentially the Doge boogeyman, where if any cut anywhere would be ascribed to Doge.
It's good that he's gone. It was a short.
Fixing Musk's big decade trail and.
Trump said today that
I just want to hear them talk.
American $1 billion.
Well, I wanted to get to the good part that I saw, which is that Trump gave him a big golden key.
Medal. Oh, really?
Yeah, but it doesn't tell me what the fucking key is. Yahoo.
It's a key to the United States.
Yahoo explains. Where was it? Before Mr. Musk was rewarded with a giant golden key.
Okay.
I want to know what it is, but the whole meeting or the whole press conference is an hour long, and I'm not going to find a good enough cut down of it in a short amount of time. I didn't realize this even happened. Otherwise I would have came more prepared, but so it's just a meeting of like them being like, so he's leaving and we're just very sad. Yeah, I like that. It's his baby. There's something else that he said.
He's going. I imagine he's going to be back and forth. He's going to be here.
He also, Trump also said, today it's about a man named Elon. That's what I really wanted to hear, but I couldn't.
Today it's about a man named Elon.
For all the talk about Mr. Musk leaving with his tail between his legs, which is what we thought, of fallouts with the president and his business interests tanking, the president was eager to insist that the man who calls himself the first buddy would continue to offer his advice and guidance to Doge.
That's terrible. I mean, yeah, that is terrible. You hate to see it. I remember whenever I was trying to get into the White House with Joe Biden, and I was calling him my buddy.
Yeah, and he was like, I don't know you, Corn Jack.
He's like, what do you think you're doing over here, Jack? You got to go home.
You got to go home, Jack.
And then the Secret Service like threw me into a pile of mud and then picked me up and then threw me in a pile of tar, and then they poured some feathers on me, and then they threw me into a quicksand.
Well, and it's unfortunate for them because you have a humiliation
I've got some pretty
kink.
good. Yeah. Oh, I've also got some pretty good buddies of my own. So.
Yeah, and you're like, I don't need.
I've got plenty of buddies. I
don't need this
you,
old white
Joe.
guy.
Leave me alone, Joe.
Joe, just leave me alone, dude. Quit calling. You call me every night asking for money. Well, anyways, that was great. And we won't miss you, Elon. But it sounds like he'll be back. It's his baby. He loves me.
He'll be back. He's going to be very close. And, there's a lot of people that, frankly, I think get a little too close to the White House. And, frankly, what happens is so many people get so close that really I think one of the biggest things is what they do is...
Then he dies.
Then he
keels over. Gavin, I know it's a sad day for you.
Yeah.
And obviously Elon, of course, but the Wolves have left the arena.
Yeah,
You're still
they
wearing
went
the
out.
hat. You're not. You're just.
I'm proud.
not
I'm proud.
even
It was a good
shameful.
season.
That's
it
true,
was.
it was.
It was a good season. They made it as far as they possibly could, with their bench performances over that series and the playoffs. Really,
In a lot of ways.
In a lot of ways, they overachieved by a great amount. I was not anticipating them to make the playoffs around December, so I was very happy to see that they made it in. And yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of ways it can go. There's some rumors surrounding and swirling the Wolves right now that they go and get an alpha like Kevin Durant.
They need an alpha wolf.
Yeah, and he's 37 though. I don't want to be paying that guy. I mean, Kevin Durant, very good basketball player. I just am worried about his longevity if he's gonna be 37.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like no one will be able to play at that level at that age. The only person who can and has done it is LeBron.
Yeah, no, you're right.
At that energy level, like that guy's got the energy of like a 22-year-old.
Yeah, he showed a little bit of age this year. LeBron did.
I don't know.
Was much slower. He was much slower. He wasn't jumping as much. Wasn't jumping as high, and a lot of people started to notice that it was like, the time for my goat's over. Like he's ready to go.
Yeah, but you can't last forever.
I mean, yeah, no, seriously.
I think he's just waiting to go out on a high note.
Oh yeah,
But
and as soon as they announced it, it's going to be a farewell tour. Like everybody was like, "Oh, well, the Wolves eliminated him; he's retiring." And it's like, do you have any idea, like a legendary guy like this, do you really think that this guy would not go out with a farewell tour? Do you think he retires just after a playoff loss like that?
I wonder if he'll do like a big team switch one more time, or if he'll stay there.
That's what a lot of people were hoping he would do, so that the Lakers are able to do a little bit more with their cap space. But he's gonna opt into his like $50 million contract.
Well, and then we got Luka now at this point, so it's like that doesn't mean shit. Like we just got like one of the best players right now. So I keep saying we.
So yeah, but I think the Timberwolves are in a good place, and if they do trade, anybody, it would be let Naz Reid walk, or they trade him, trade Nickeil Alexander-Walker, cousin of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And people were hoping maybe we trade for like a guy in the Pelicans organization, Herb Jones, because he's really a good defender. Herb Jones and Trey Murphy. Yeah, Trey Murphy the third, I think. The third. Those guys are really good for the Pelicans. They're literally like the Ferraris in a abandoned garage. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see where this next off season goes. I mean, we've already been shocked by one major trade before the beginning of this season. So
certainly,
even I'll probably be stressing out all day about every single one of those trades that could possibly happen. So
Well, don't stress too much. And speaking of that trade, I mean, I am personally rooting for the Knicks now at this point.
Okay.
Because I want to, but I like Karl Anthony Towns, and
Yeah.
Also because Julie Klausner and Tom Sharpling are both big Knicks fans, so I almost have to, otherwise I would get in trouble. So
Yeah.
So we'll see. The hopes among people are maybe not the most high for the Knicks, but they got that win, so
Huge. I was not expecting that.
I was not either. I don't think anybody
at
was.
all. I think Jalen Brunson was not ready to go home.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. That'd be pretty cool if they did, because it's been a long time for them, or have they never done it? I can't remember.
No, they have. It was like 71
say.
or 8. Nah, I think it was 71 was a Bucks.
It was definitely the 70s though.
Yeah, it was the 70s. Bernard King was on that team.
But no,
I forgot what year that was. Is that 70s?
Let's find out.
Yeah.
Knicks.
73. No, 73 doesn't sound right.
Which one do you want to lock in?
I'll go 73.
Oh shoot, I just lost
I
it.
feel like it was early 70s. I feel like 74 maybe. 73. 73.
Oh no, now everything's happening. Hang on, we're gonna get there in a second. I just had it and I don't want to read it wrong, but whatever.
73. I was right.
73.
Boom.
It's just good. I've just had to say it. Well, it's in 70 and 73 actually.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was looking to confirm, that it was both. So it's been a
I knew it was early 70s.
been a very long time.
Very long time. I would say that's probably one of the longest droughts in NBA history, except for the Wolves. Well, I guess no, it would be longer than the Wolves because the Wolves came in '89.
Nuggets had never
longer.
won one until.
Yeah, Nuggets came in.
But I don't know when the
merger.
Nuggets became a.
78, 79.
Oh, okay.
I think it was around then.
It's a
Like
long time.
because they were in the ABA, whenever that merger happened, it was like 79, 80.
Oh,
I
right,
think.
because they had some old players.
Yeah, 79, 80 was whenever they did it. So that's whenever they came in.
That makes sense. Well, I'm sure you're trying to figure out how to segue this. You're gonna be sad, and when you're sad, you got to use the toilet.
That's right. You go to the toilet and you think and you contemplate.
That was an amazing segue.
That is really good.
This has been on the dock for a long time, because I think it came from a CNN article.
It did.
And I was like, this looks so unbelievably stupid. So I found out about this product. This sounds like a sponsor, and it's not. It's so dumb.
It's been so long I forgot what it looks like.
Well, I'm going to show you right now. So this is called the UnWipe. I like how this says 251 likes from CNN underscored. No bidet, not into the flushable wipes. The @UnWipe lets you wet regular TP for a cleaner wipe and way less paper. It's under $30, and yep, it even leaves a shit emoji every time.
Smiling poop emoji.
No bidet, not in. Just get a fucking bidet. Let's watch this before I can't even go any further.
You can't make any
Bacteria
judgment.
behind when you wipe. This tool instantly wets your toilet paper so you can wipe without leaving residue behind. All you do is press your toilet paper into it, wet it, and then wipe. It's small enough to store anywhere in your bathroom or be carried on the go. Would you try this?
I wouldn't carry it with me.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Is we gotta watch that
tons of
again because they
bacteria.
put it in a backpack, which really grosses me out. Like,
I mean, like,
it's also wet. Like,
also, doesn't toilet paper, like, congeal if it gets wet?
So-
Doesn't it get really weird?
yeah, that's the thing. Is like, so listen, we're gonna get a little blue and maybe a little candid, and maybe I'll get a little too candid here. First of all, I have a bidet now, so this is what I'm going to say is stuff that's happened in the past. I am a bidet boy. I literally, if I can recommend one thing to anybody, I don't recommend much.
That would change their life.
That would change their life. It would be a bidet. Truly changed my life. I am all about time savers, and man, it cuts down a lot of time is all I'm going to say.
Wow.
It takes a lot
And money.
and money. And it's just
now, whenever any
Okay,
like
here we
water restrictions happen in LA,
oh boy,
are you going to be allowed to use a bidet?
I guess we'll find out.
You got
But
to
we're
cut
not-
that water down.
I don't think we're in a drought anymore.
No, you're not. No, you're not. But
I mean,
if
I would
it
hope
happens
not. We've
again,
had so much fucking rain. When it happens again, not if. When. Well,
When
I
it
don't know
happens
because global warming is gonna make us get more rain. Maybe is that how that works, or is it gonna go
it's climate change, dude. It's not global warming.
global warning?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe it
shit
turns into
about
this.
the Earth.
Maybe it turns into this wonderful green paradise, and it's like it's already not.
Aw,
Yeah. Maybe
that's
it starts
kinda
looking
fun.
like this soon.
I like global warning. Global Earth kind of what was it?
Climate change.
Climate change. That's the one.
That's the one.
I think I'm into it.
Okay.
No, I'm just joking. But what I was gonna say is before I had a bidet, when it's real messy, Lionel Messi down there. Catching my drift. I'm sure you've had experiences. I know you have.
Yeah.
Either
Maybe you
I'll
haven't
speak
pushed
for
as
you.
hard. Maybe you didn't want to get a hernia.
Yeah, maybe
Or
you
hemorrhoid.
didn't and get a little left in there. Sometimes
Yeah.
you would wet. I'd get the TP wet.
You put
And
it.
it's
You dip it in
fucking
the toilet.
terrible. I would dip it in the toilet with the poop. Pick up the poop and piss.
Yep.
Throw it in the trash can. If you guys are
Yeah.
flushing your poop, by the way, stop doing that. Throw it in the trash.
By the way, just want to
By
say,
the way,
like,
people. I
Yeah.
heard. Did you hear this, Gavin?
you
People
hear
are
about this? People
flushing
are
their
flushing
poop.
their poop.
I can't believe this. What are you guys
I
doing?
use a litter box personally.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, did you hear about what's going on in the Texas school district?
I heard about that.
They're putting litter boxes in every classroom.
Yeah, kids are furries.
Kitty boys, as I think what they call them.
Yeah, I think I have never used a bidet, so I was too scared to use yours. Because I was like, oh,
They
it's
also
like one of
didn't let
those
you
like,
use that. The toilet you used did not have a bidet.
okay,
That's the other thing to note. I had 2 toilets, humble brag, at my old apartment.
no, I know, but I mean, like at your parents' house, didn't you have a bidet?
Oh, that's true. I did.
Bidet?
I had to move my bidet in,
Yeah, that's what I mean. You had to move it in,
and then it
so you
broke
installed
right
it.
before I moved.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
It cracked. It was really
Yeah.
sad. I also broke one of the toilets.
at your parents. Oh yeah, that's
The
right. yeah.
plunger.
Yeah.
Long story. Not a long story. I don't know. It just broke.
But like that I was really worried about using it because it felt like using one of your personal affects. you
Yeah,
know?
that's the thing. I was
'Cause it's like, how close is that getting to someone's butt? And it's
Well-
like, I don't want to touch Carson's butt.
I don't want to get too.
You put your
Into the
hole on it.
weeds.
You put your hole
Well,
on
I
it.
put- I
you
thought-
put your Tootsie Hole on
I
it.
thought you were supposed to put it up your Tootsie Hole.
Okay, okay.
I don't
I'm
want to
sure
get.
that would feel great.
It does feel great. It's nice.
Yeah,
It
it's
cleans your.
cold.
It gets all the way up into my colon. Yow! I shoot through the roof. I think we did that joke before. I don't want to get too gross, but let's just say
It works.
I've seen a bidet up close. I've gotten intimate with a bidet before, and those things ain't the cleanest.
Right, that's what I mean.
You got to keep them. Obviously, that's why you clean them, of course. But
Clean a
like,
bidet?
you're not cleaning it every bidet. You might clean it once a
Once a
month, couple
a
weeks.
week.
And you should clean it, of course. I'm not saying don't clean it. And I'm not saying I didn't. I'm just saying I didn't realize how much stuff gets in there
Yeah.
because it just happens. And that's why
But yeah,
I'm with you. I don't know if I like the idea of using a public bidet.
I don't know how I would feel about using the UnWipe either. Because, I mean,
I don't want to.
hypothetically, you would be using a lot more toilet paper.
Yeah, and
you'd
it's
be
just
using
like
a lot more toilet paper because
yeah,
it's like if you
it
go in
congeals.
with some little bits on your toilet paper and you go back in to wet it again, and you're like, wait a minute.
Are you talking about?
Now I understand. Like if you were to if you say you have like a really long piece, right, and you're
Sure,
just
sure.
using like some parts of it. How many times are you going in with a little bit of schmutz on it,
Well,
and you're going in and re-wetting it?
Yeah, I guess this is for the one time use only.
I mean, I guess it would use. And what do they do with the water that's in that?
It's in some sort of like sponge looking thing.
Yeah, no, I'm good, man. No,
Yeah,
I'm
I just
really
don't.
good. I'm good with that.
I don't like a wet toilet paper. I don't. It's not. It doesn't work.
It falls apart.
It falls apart. It crumbles. It's like a nice, delicious slice of angel food cake.
Exactly. That's how I've always compared toilet paper to being like angel food.
Yeah, angel food cake.
Yeah.
Angel food cake is the worst.
Yeah.
Have you ever had it?
Confetti cake is pretty bad.
Confetti cake's pretty bad too. Angel food
I'm just
is
not a big
terrible.
I'm just not a big fan of like really big not me. No, I'm good. No cameras please, but I'm not a big fan of icing on cake. I'm just not a big icing guy. I'm just not. I'm not.
Jesus Christ.
I can't do it. It's too much. I literally start sweating from the amount of sugar that's in it. That's why I said no cameras.
Your food, the way.
But I love cottage cheese.
I hate icing. It makes me sweat. I love cottage cheese.
Love cottage cheese though.
Your food, the way your body reacts to food, frankly frightens me.
You know what? And it came up again today. As a matter of fact, it came up again today. You know how I mentioned a while ago, like you clipped it. You made this old clip where if I eat too much, I start to gag, and it's like if I have like 2 quarter pounders.
Too much meat.
Okay, if I have too much meat. Okay, so I went to Walmart to pick up this Sprite. This is a real story, by the way. I went to Walmart to pick up this Sprite. I helped an old woman get a watermelon into her cart. I went to Panda Express.
You talking about those? You're talking about her.
That's right. I'm talking about her chest. So I went to Panda Express, and I like to eat there because I just do. I don't know. It's just one of those things. I'm like, I like it. It seems nice. So I waited for them to make new orange chicken and rice. I got a bowl. It's just a bowl, just the rice and the chicken.
Yeah.
I sat down, had maybe a couple sips of soda. I had like maybe 4 or 5 pieces of chicken, and I was like, I started gagging. I was like, I've had enough. I have never had that happen. My last piece of chicken, I was like, oh, maybe I just need to get hungry again. Maybe it just needs a second. So then I bite into it, and I'm like, there's so many people in this. There's probably 8 or 9 people in this Panda Express. I'm trying so hard not to gag. I don't have gastroparesis or anything like that. I still very much have regular bowel movements.
So at home, do you literally go, huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If you weren't in control of it, you would have actually been like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. I definitely did. I definitely did publicly. I just wasn't as loud as I could have been. I had to just kind of eat it. Like it was like one of those like shit things I just didn't want to eat.
I think I may have brought this up when you brought it up before. Do you think?
Shut up.
Because
it's a personal attack on me if you make any assumptions about what the fuck I'm doing.
I'm not making any judgments here. You do what you want in your time.
Yeah. Right.
But I have noticed when I eat with you that you like to be on your phone when you eat.
Uh-huh.
Do you think it's because you're not consciously thinking about eating, and then you're not consciously thinking about that you're getting full, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, wait a minute, I didn't realize I was at this point yet?
It's possible, but I think it also has something to do with how fast I eat too.
Okay.
If I try to hawk it down, I think that's the other thing is that I have to hawk it down. I have to. Because it's like I'm so hungry. I am so hungry. I have to eat it as fast as possible.
Don't get to that point.
That's my favorite thing. That's how I know I'm ready to eat.
Yeah,
that's how I know I'm
agree.
ready to eat.
And
so I like getting to that point where it's like, okay, like I did that tonight after like for dinner. I was like, I'm so hungry, I could eat a cow. So I went and I had McAllister's. I had McAllister's, and I was like, I need to eat
McAllister's.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. It's just a thing. It's just a thing. I'll talk to a doctor about it. Maybe someone will know, but.
It doesn't seem like that big of a deal. It's just interesting. I just have never. I think I told the story the last time we brought it up, but it only happened to me one time. I was eating an absolutely disgusting frozen pizza. That was like it's like 2 frozen pizzas on top of each other.
Oh yeah,
it had cheese in the middle, and it was way too
flavored.
And it was so wet, and I was already pretty grossed out by it. But I had taken an edible, so like I'll eat whatever.
Yeah.
And it took a few bites in, and I literally gagged. I was like, oh no,
I
that's
think-
never happened to me before.
I do understand what you're saying though, with like looking at your phone and like
Yeah, you're not because like
you're not conscious of it, but it's
Yeah.
like I do actually have to think about being hungry too. So it's like it's just one of those
got that
just one
problem.
of those things. But it's also possible I had too much soda right before then. I didn't have any soda the day like during the day, but maybe I had too much of a drink of soda before. So it like filled my tummy up.
okay.
I'm just thinking of any possible excuse, but it is strictly just how it works down there.
It's just interesting
my
for me
tummy.
because I was just wondering that because I'm the opposite. I'll be watching YouTube or whatever while eating and maybe end up eating too much because I'm not realizing that I'm already eaten enough and I don't need to eat more. Because for me, when I eat, like I could eat a sandwich and still be hungry, but if I give it like 30 minutes, an hour, I'll be full. Like
Right.
it takes my body a while to digest and be like, you're good now.
Yeah. No, it is a
Slow
pretty quick
metabolism.
reaction. Pretty quick reaction for me.
Yours is like Gavin eats and he's ready to poop
Yeah.
right away. Well,
Yeah.
actually, maybe more true than I thought. It was. Moving on. We don't need to.
Moving on.
We don't need to.
From the UnWipe.
I don't want to. Yeah.
But we watched some movies this week, didn't we? Or I guess we got some clips first. We got some clips.
We'll put the clip. We'll skip the clips and because I want to get to this Carson Cinema Corner and then the next door drama. So I mentioned last week I saw Friendship. I loved it. I thought it was great. I didn't want to give any spoilers away, but it's like I think you should leave where you want to make the references and talk about it. Gavin finally saw it on Tuesday, so we can talk about it. But first, you kind of had a interesting reaction to it that I was not expecting and surprised me. So take the floor.
So for people that don't know, it's a movie with Paul Rudd.
Who's that?
And Tim Robinson. And Tim plays a really boring, earnest character. He plays a very earnest character in this.
He plays Ernest.
And he's trying really hard to fit in.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's just a very uncomfortable movie. It was just a very uncomfortable movie. I did not need to see this movie right now. I had no other way to describe it, but it was uncomfortable. I thought, listen, I laughed. I was not like dying the whole movie. Mm-hmm. But as I was watching the movie progress, it was like there was a lot of like, I don't even know where this could be going. Whereas whenever I'm watching Curb Your Enthusiasm, it's like, you can kind of tell where you're going to go with this. Because it's a TV show.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but like I feel the way you feel about this movie about Curb sometimes. Not so much anymore.
I could eat Curb up. Like I love Curb and like where it goes.
Yeah, but I used to be like I had to stop watching it because it was stressing me out too much.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Sorry,
that's exactly what happened in this movie, where it was like there's a spoilers.
We can say spoilers. We're gonna say
spoilers here. It's been out in a couple of weeks. Spoilers here. One of the main plot points in the movie is that Tim keeps getting packages for Paul Rudd's character.
Yeah.
And has to keep going delivering it over there. So the worst part, like this was the breaking
point.
This is the breaking point for me. I was so fucking stressed about this. Like I was losing it. I was literally losing it. I couldn't fucking handle this. So he goes over and knocks over at Paul Rudd's house. At this point, they're not really supposed to be friends because they had a really awkward night. He like broke through the back door and sucker punched Paul Rudd and made everybody upset.
This is like the turning point. This is the peak of the movie.
This was like
the exposition.
And it was just like, and this is where it kind of like starts not falling off, but like this is where like the fall off happens. Not in the movie, or I guess not like. Critically, this is where the movie falls off. I mean, like this is where the plot starts to like.
Yeah, it's a turning point.
This is where you jump off the cliff. Mm-hmm. And because anyway, so he goes and knocks on Paul Rudd's door. He doesn't answer, and then he nonchalantly, very very nonchalantly, throws the package over his fence and goes in through the back door that he broke and starts exploring his fucking house for some reason. Like, it starts playing with the guitar and like, oh god. And then, playing with the guitar on the wall, which was funny. I thought that was very funny. Like a hanging off guitar. I thought it was really funny. I thought that was great. But he's supposed to be meeting with the mayor, on the phone.
Yeah.
Soon.
I forgot about that part.
So he's supposed to be meeting with the mayor for like a political ad campaign, and gosh, and so he goes into Paul Rudd's office and leaves the package on the desk, and then pulls out a wooden box with a it was called like "Storms Are Coming" was the gun, and he opens it up. And it says "Storms Are Coming" on the top of the box, and then a golden gun is like a shiny gold gun, like gold 9mm Colt 45 is sitting in there, and he pulls it out and starts like playing with it.
Yeah.
So he keeps it in his hand, and he gets on this phone call, and then he's on a phone call, and then Paul Rudd's wife wakes up, and it's like, "Honey, is that you?" And I'm like, "Oh my fucking god!" I'm like, "Where is this going to go?" I'm like, "What is happening?"
Yeah.
And that point, I was so stressed. And then oh god. So then it's like, then the gun doesn't show up for like another like hour in the movie. It's like,
because he takes
it and he leaves. He leaves, and like,
while he's still on the phone.
He's still on the phone, and like he's god. It's
And they're
just
like,
so
"Are you there?"
bad.
And then he'll occasionally be like, "Yeah, no, I'm here."
Yeah. He's like, it's fuck. So then he like takes his wife in the same tunnel that Paul Rudd did, and he loses. He loses his wife, and that was also one of those like, oh my fucking god. I was like, Jesus Christ. And like, that's the thing, is that so many plot points of this are like obviously very relatable to my life. I think everybody has gotten to a point where you're like, oh, I want to fit in, and I want to do this, and I'm trying to do my thing. But you can very obviously tell throughout the movie that Tim's character is losing connection with his wife. And like his wife is very distant and very strange. Like there's a very strange relationship.
Because they had the fire. She keeps going to the fireman's.
Yeah, she keeps going to the fireman's and staying at the fireman's, her ex-boyfriend's house. And you finally meet the fireman, and it's this really hot guy at the like welcome back party, because she was gone for 3 days, and they find her. And then the police come up to him and are like, why did the dogs? He's like, Paul Rudd's character comes over with the cops and is like, someone came into my house and the dogs brought a scent over and it led me to your house. Why is that? Did you break into my house? Yeah, it was just like, and that part was like, oh my god, he's gonna like shoot people. He's gonna kill somebody in the fucking movie.
I was kind of hoping that was gonna happen.
That's what I was like, oh my god. And I don't even remember what the excuse he ended up using was, or how he got out of it. But then he like lost his wife, and it was just all of this was like going on. And there's no other way to describe it. As like, it's a very Napoleon Dynamite movie where it's like a whole bunch of stuff happens. There's not really a plot, and it's really awkward.
And it's
throughout
darker,
the whole movie.
But it's darker.
Yeah, it's darker than that. But it's just like, it was just so much stress and tension that just like didn't really have like in my opinion, like a really good payoff. I was like, I mean, I really didn't think the ending I didn't think the ending was like as good as it could have been. I feel like
the ending could have been
like,
stronger. That's my only complaint, quote unquote, if I want to call it.
Because it's like, this is exactly where I thought it would go. I was like, he's gonna hold someone up. Like eventually, I was like, he's gonna hold someone up with his gun.
See, I like that part. It was just. I don't know.
The fact that the cops eventually just got to him. But yeah. Right? Like the cops, like he gets arrested, and it's like, oh, that's the story. Yep.
Yeah. I guess I wish there maybe was something bigger. But now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't mind it. I
was just kind of like, yeah. I mean, it was funny. There was some really funny lines in this movie. There's fucking hilarious lines. They're infinitely quotable. It's just, I don't know what it was. It just wasn't the movie I needed to see. It was incredibly uncomfortable.
Well, let's talk about some of the good stuff.
Squirming.
Then. I have to talk to you about the scene where he goes to buy drugs from the T-Mobile guy,
that was also one of those scenes where I was like, okay, I mean, like, we really could have done without this.
Oh, I loved it because
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really like that.
Really? He
licks the toad, and
he licks the toad, and he goes to Subway and he orders a sandwich. And that's all that happens. That was his drug trip.
Okay.
Oh, I love that. That was like my favorite part of the movie.
I was like, oh, where's this going to go? Is he going to shoot someone? Like, it was literally like, where is this going to go?
I was like, where's this going to go? This is going to be like a big drug trip montage. And then it's just him going to Subway.
Great. I've seen so many of those like psychedelic trips.
That's what I thought. I was like, Cheech and Chong, this is gonna be like not great, and then it ends up being great. He goes to Subway, and that's it.
I don't know. I was just like, I've done that. I don't know. It's just one of those like,
you've done that. You filmed a movie.
I've done that. I've felt that before. I don't know. It's just kind of like, a lame kind of joke. I don't know. I just didn't
loved
really think it was like that great of a joke.
I loved it because I thought it was gonna be a lame joke, and then it to me ended up not being one. That was I'll differ with you there.
The visuals in it were great. Like during
It's
that,
shot
it was just
so
like
well.
yeah, like the way that like
Yeah.
the way that it transitions from him like looking up the ceiling to him walking across the
Yep.
wall. But I was like, that's cool. But I was like, that's like the only like trippy part. It was just like, I don't know.
That's why it's funny because it's the only trippy part, and then he's just in a subway.
But it also just shows that like Tim's character is just this extremely boring.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. That's
earnest
the point of
character.
it, is that he can't even.
He can't even imagine
Strip
being
it
like
right.
a really cool person.
And I like he's like, I forgot. He says something so funny. He's like, was it too big of a lick?
Yeah. He like goes.
Because
Yeah.
like, whoa, I've never seen
Also,
someone
like
lick
his
that
head
much.
is like
Yeah.
completely circular. Like he just, his head is like completely circular in
Then
that.
he's just laid on like a jacket on the ground.
Some people in the theater thought like we're right there with you. They thought that was the funniest shit that he was like licking a
So
toad,
funny.
and I was like, all right.
I loved it.
I
love
was like,
that
that's
whole
just one of
scene.
those like that. The going to the phone store thing was also just like, I don't know. I don't know. I was
See, I
just
love that
kinda
too.
whatever about it.
I liked how boring. I like how boring his life is. And then I love Jimp. That was also my favorite line.
Yeah, that was good. The one thing I realized was that one of Tim's coworkers was the guy that was also in Conor O'Malley's Rap World with him, the guy that he shoots.
Yeah,
or that
Eric
shoots. Yeah.
Rahill. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just didn't know. I didn't realize that until that scene where I was like, "Oh my god, that's why I laughed really hard at that scene." It's like, "Oh my god, that's the guy from Rap World."
There he is. Dude, Rap World's so good. If you guys haven't seen Rap World, please
Go watch
go.
it. It's on YouTube. It's free.
And like just it might be tough for you to get through, but I promise you it'll be worth the end payoff
It's so
is
good.
maybe the best cinematic payoff in history.
That's what I mean.
It's
I was
so
expecting
good.
something like that. You know what I mean? I was expecting something like that to happen. Where it
Yeah.
was just like, it was just like a
I
really
get
big
ya.
like, and it was just I don't know. It just didn't live up to the expectations I was expecting it to. I thought it would be a
I've
little
heard
bit
that
like
from some people.
I thought it would be a little bit more like higher stakes or like something really big is gonna happen.
But it
And I think
stressed
that's,
you
like,
out
the whole
enough. It
movie.
did something to you.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. It was like where is this gonna go? And then it was like this really like if all this build up is here, the payoff is like way down here. It was like way less than what I was expecting it.
Okay.
To. It was like okay, yeah, I guess that was a payoff. It could have happened.
Yeah.
But again, it was like, oh my god, where's it gonna go? No,
Yeah.
don't do that. You know. And then it was like, oh okay.
Yeah. Okay. I understand.
Also, I didn't order any. Also, it should be noted that I think it was noted that people who like get food and soda and stuff like that during a movie, like they have a better time in a movie.
Oh, interesting.
I think that was like, I think that's been like, you know, kind of underground, like kind of just like a thing that people have noticed.
That
I did
makes
not
sense.
order any food or drink during this movie, and I was thinking the whole time I really needed a water, but I didn't want to pull out. That was at the Alamo, and I didn't want to pull out a goddamn fucking piece of paper and write down water, and then click a fucking button.
annoying.
Like,
I don't love it.
I'm not gonna lie, man. The Alamo thing is really fucking done. I'm done with it. I'm done. I'm not going to the Alamo again. I don't
Yeah.
care. I think that they're union busting the entire time, and then they have to show that they pay their workers a fair wage and all the tips go directly to them. Why do you have to show that at all? That's weird. Like, I think that's weird they show that before the movies.
Oh, I didn't know that. I haven't been to one in forever.
Yeah, they say like, we pay our workers a fair wage and all the tips go directly to your server. And it's like,
so they
great.
can be like, we don't need to unionize.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Interesting. I did not know that. I don't
Yeah.
like that.
And
I did
yeah,
see
that's what I
something
mean. I'm
about
done
them.
with it. I'm done.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
anybody who I just think it's stupid. It's stupid. It's just another movie theater, and you pay way more. I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done. I'm signing off, writing off all. I'm writing off Panda Express this week, and I'm writing off Alamo Theater. I'm never going into an Alamo Theater again. We can go to literally any other theater. I'm not going to an Alamo.
Well, I think we figured out why you may not have had the greatest time at seeing this movie.
And we were also front row.
Oh, well, then, you know. Well, I was going to say, then that kills it, but I saw Sinners practically front row, and it was my favorite movie this year.
It was a small theater, so like it was still.
It
like,
wasn't
we were
too bad.
Directly up, yeah.
I was in an IMAX sitting front row, and that was. It's why I need to see Sinners again, but still, my favorite movie this year. That didn't ruin it for me. but also
I still gave it
but
4
also-
stars. I think it was
Yeah.
funny. I still gave it like 4 stars.
is
but I was
pretty
like,
high. 4 out of 5.
Oh, like, it's pretty good. I liked it.
4 out
But
of
it was just
5.
like, yeah.
That's really high. Your review was making me think you were gonna give it like a 2.
No, it's just like it was.
I
Just,
would
there's
give it
just
a
so many
4.
things. I was like, it was funny, and there was a lot of things that went right with it. I thought it was greatly shot and everything. It was just one of those like,
Okay. Yeah, the Alamo thing. Yeah, only went once when we saw Oppenheimer, and I was like, yeah, I don't really know if I need to come back. I don't need a waiter person walking crouched over through the aisle every 5 seconds, and then like bringing me popcorn in the last 30 minutes of the movie when I ordered it an hour ago.
Well, that's the other thing that is also just really annoying, because they also basically tell you when the movie's going to end soon. They like bring you your check.
That's the other thing
like,
too.
Near the
It's
end of the movie, and it's like, well, gee, I wonder when the movie's gonna end.
Yeah, and I remember
it's like
I
the
might
last
be-
20 minutes of the movie. I think they have to do it, but it's just like,
but
again,
which is
it's just
stupid.
like-
just come at the end, lock the door.
that's what I mean. I'm like, just make them pay on your way out.
Or like, yeah, just like, or make you swipe a card
Before you come in,
Before
and then
you
just
come
charge
in,
that car with
yeah.
a $20% tip.
way
It's
better.
stupid. It's stupid. That's what I mean. It's a
Yeah.
stupid business model. I hate it.
I think I'm with you there. I also remember, and I could be remembering this wrong. I'll have to go back. I'm sure we talked about it in an episode, but when I ordered the popcorn, because they had brought me food, I ate it, and I was like, yeah.
It was at the biggest theater at the Alamo.
I was like, can I
So-
get a popcorn? Like 30 minutes go by, maybe longer. She came back over to either give something to one of you or ask one of you a
and
question.
she gave me a chocolate milkshake.
chocolate milk, and I was like, hey, just wondering if
She was
like
really
you
snippy
if I got
about it.
my if you like got my popcorn order. Very nice. Like I wasn't like, where's my fucking popcorn? I was like, I'm always very nice, very polite with service workers all the time, like overly nice. Even when they're being like a piece of shit to me, I will be nice to them because their life is hell. I know
Yeah.
it is. And I asked that, and she was like, I don't know, it's something like, yeah, I got it. Or so, it was just like,
yeah, we're working on it.
yeah, we're working on it. And I was like, it's a bowl of fucking popcorn. Like, what do you mean you're working on it? Just because it's in a metal dish doesn't make it special. I know it's sitting back there.
That's the other thing is like they just have like this like
Yeah.
air of like we're so much better than other movie
stuck
theaters.
up.
And I'm
I
just
think
like,
I think you got me.
But they do show all these really cool movies. Like they had
problem.
they had David Lynch films.
That's the problem for
there
you
after-
guys in small town rural Missouri over there in the wheat field. I can go to any theater I want and see an art house flick anytime.
But I mean, like hopefully
right.
Minnesota has a good one. But I'm just
They'll probably have another.
it's just one of those things where it's like I don't think I'll ever get over it. And also, I'm not gonna lie, man. The St. Louis City Foundry is really stupid. I think that whole
Yeah.
I think it's stupid. The parking. Okay, this is what really fed me up.
Here we go.
This is. I'm sorry to go off on this tangent. I'm really sorry. I know that we're
very
running
niche.
short
It's
on time.
okay.
But the parking lot is fine. Like the parking garage, the parking lots are fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. But they have staircases that only go to 2 doors at multiple
Oh.
spots in this goddamn complex. There's like multiple staircases that only go to like a door. And I'm like, why do you have a staircase here? Just connect it all. I went like 2 separate staircases and couldn't get into the fucking movie theater because they weren't connected.
Yeah.
They're
I
not
think
connected.
we did that. We did that too.
And I was like, why is there a staircase here?
Yeah.
I'm losing my mind. I was like, great. I now I had to walk through the fucking bottom area or walk back up the stairs or walk back down the stairs, go back through
It's
go back
super
up.
confusing. I remember we like couldn't
Yeah,
find
I'm like,
it.
what is this?
Oh, and then we got in the Alamo. And we were like, where do we go now?
yeah.
Like it wasn't like we were like, where are we supposed to go? Do we
yeah,
just
it's
go
like
to
it
our
doesn't they don't
theater?
say anything about like, you know.
Because we didn't even scan a ticket. We just like walked in.
No, that's
right?
what I mean. Yeah,
it's so weird. I
Then they
hate it.
ask you for your ID or like something like that to make sure it's you, and that's what I mean. It's just like you just
not
check
good.
everybody in whenever you go to the fucking.
It's no good. I can bring a whole pizza into AMC and they won't give a shit.
That's what I'm saying.
They don't even care that I'm there. They barely care that I'm there. That's what I like. I want to go into a theater and be ignored.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the Alamo, there was someone sitting at like the ticket concierge area this time that I walked in.
Oh, okay.
And it was one of those like, shit, do I have to talk to you now or
Yeah, like,
like
I don't know. I'm not into
like
it.
am I supposed to walk this way or
Yeah.
So I just like looked on my phone and I was like, Theater 4, okay.
Cool.
All right, I'll go there.
I'll go there. Yeah. I don't know. I'm out on it. I agree. You convinced me. I hopefully I'll never have to go to one ever again. That's my
The
new
novelty
goal.
has completely and utterly worn off. I
Yeah,
don't know.
it
how
wore
people
off
go
right
to that
away.
regularly.
Yeah, it wore off right away for me. I quickly was like, "Oh, this is a terrible. Why do people like this? This is
And they're
not
union
good."
busters, so there's
I
that.
didn't know
So
that, and that definitely
people-
tips the scale for me, 100%. Really quickly though, I saw a art house horror called Bring Her Back. I keep mixing it up with these directors' other movie, Talk to Me, and I keep calling Talk to Her, so I have to read it because I can't
Bring Her
remember the
Back.
name off of my brain. So I'm gonna butcher how to say their name. It's like the Philippou brothers, Philippou is how I would say it. The Philippou brothers directed it, and they're YouTubers, and Sean immediately remembered their videos. They made these like weird Ronald McDonald gone crazy videos that were really gory and stuff. And then they made a lot of like other weird videos, like very YouTuber-y videos, like stuff I would never watch. But I did watch those Ronald McDonald videos. I remember those. They've done stuff with KSI, Jake Paul, all this shit years and years and years ago. So then in 2022, they, with their directorial debut, as far as I know, with Talk to Me, which I went and saw, and that's like my favorite horror in the last 5 years, you know, post Hereditary was like the best and the scariest since Hereditary. Not nearly as scary, of course. I just don't think that scale will ever be tipped. And I loved it. I thought it was great. I didn't think it was perfect, but I thought it was really cool and it had a cool horror element to it with this creepy shaped hand that had a story, and it was great. It was fun. And then this movie comes out. I didn't even know it was directed by them at first. I just saw the trailer and I was like, I don't know what that is, but that looks really cool. I'm going to go see it. And then I find out it's these guys and I'm like, I'm on board. Went and saw it last night, full theater, which is awesome. Love that. Smaller theater still, but still cool. I walk in and I sit down next to somebody, and I knew there was going to be someone next to me. And then that guy comes in and sits down and immediately like goes like, like just being as loud as he possibly can. And I was like, oh, here we go. And he's like already talking to himself. And I was like, here we go. All by himself. He's on the end of the row. It's just me and him. And I was like,
You guys kiss?
we did at one point.
Okay.
I just knew what was going to happen. Cause like the first trailer that came up, he already was like talking out loud to it. It was like the Megan 2 trailer. And he's like, next thing you know, they're going to make a third one. I was like, who are you talking to? Like, I get it. Like Ryan Coogler talked about how him and his wife like talking to the screen and everything. It's not my thing. It's fine. I get it. It just, you know, personally, I don't like it. I'm not the most outgoing person when it comes to things like that. But I don't mind the talking to the screen. I don't mind reacting out loud to things that are happening. But this guy was there's an episode of Seinfeld where George goes to make a joke in a movie theater to get attention for people to laugh at him because he like either daydreams about it or something. And then he does it and nobody reacts to it. And then he starts like freaking out that no one's like laughing at him.
Yeah.
And this is exactly what this guy was doing. He was by himself and he was just reacting out loud and saying like when something scary in the movie would happen, he'd be like, God damn, or like, oh no, fuck that, or fuck her, to like get people like as loud as he could so people would laugh at him. And of course people did, which just made him do it more. So it was, luckily he didn't do it a ton. Like it didn't fully like piss me off, but I really did not like it because I really hate attention sorry for this word, attention whores is what I would call this person.
Yeah.
Where it's just like the constant need of attention. Listen, I love attention. Everybody loves getting attention, but it's when it's so obvious and annoying that it's like affecting my
viewing experience,
then I don't like you. And I, of course, like he was like trying to get me to respond, and I was just like, I'm not gonna fucking give you any attention, buddy. Back to the actual movie. At first I was like, it has like a cold open to it, which I thought was strange.
Kind of like Nosferatu.
Yeah, I guess so. I would have to, I don't remember that exactly, but like it shows something and then the like A24
Long
stuff
legs.
roll and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, Long Legs did it too. You're totally right. I guess this one was just more obvious to me. I don't know why. And I was like, okay. And it was like a cool thing that they already showed in the trailers. So I was like, okay. And then the movie starts and it was pretty slow at the beginning, I felt like. And I was like, I don't know about this. Like, I'm not really sure. And there was some like actually like funny moments, like just humorous moments, like not like funny so bad it's funny. And I was like, oh, okay, interesting. And then some things would like try to do some things too quickly, and I was like, slow down. But then one major thing happens that like is the turning point that like flips it to like off the rails, gory, scary, crazy shit. And spoiler alerts, this movie just came out and I'm sorry. But there's a scene where a little boy who's one of the main characters, like is shoving a knife down his throat. And it's like, you can see it cutting his teeth and cutting into his upper lip. It's like the most insane practical effect CGI thing I've ever seen. And it literally made the guy next to me like turn around in his seat. He was like, oh my God. Like everybody like lost it. And it was crazy. And then from there, it just like goes off and does so much and did it really well. This is a good movie. It has some flaws, but like overall off the walls, bonkers movie. And the acting in it was great. Like a bunch of unknowns to me.
And they were
phenomenally. Australian, yeah, which was really fun too, because the directors are Australian. But yeah, fucking the main woman in it she's so good. She has so much range to her acting abilities. And a cool element to it was that one of the lead characters is blind. And that's like a plot point in it. And which was like a new thing I'd never seen. And like seeing how she reacts to stuff was like, oh, that is how a blind person would probably react to this thing going on.
And is the actor herself blind?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, I think she's like partially blind. She can see shapes and colors and light, but like blind enough to need to use a cane. And yeah, it was it's bonkers. It's a dreadful movie. You're not going to feel good by the end of it. And yeah, it's really cool. I wish it could have done a little bit more to it. And it doesn't seem like it's setting up for a sequel or prequel. I hope to God it doesn't. But yeah, if you want to be freaked the fuck out, and if you don't like jump scares, there's one jump scare in it and you'll be good for the rest of it. But that jump scare is it's fucking terrifying. It's like one of the like craziest jump scares I've ever seen.
And that's the thing, whenever I go see any horror movie is, I think you described it as like goofy, like
Gavin is a cartoon character.
I am a cartoon character when it comes to watching movies. But like anytime there's a jump scare, I actually jump out of my chair. Like it's not even like
Yeah.
I'm prepping. It's like I'm so locked in, and it's like, oh god, something happens. I'm
Yeah.
jumping all the way out of my chair, and like I know people can feel it around me. So like, I'm not one to go watch a movie by myself, like a horror movie especially.
Yeah.
It's like, oh fuck it, everyone's gonna think I'm just the guy next to you trying to get attention. But it's like
It's legitimately
I do get
that's
scared
just
that
what
much.
happens.
Like
Gavin
I get
will
that.
do that in
it's good.
private.
I have.
Yeah.
I do. I'm worried about getting scared right now. I'm worried someone's gonna walk by.
That little kid's gonna show up with a knife in his
that
mouth.
little kid with a knife.
There is one thing that took me out of it so bad, and I really wish it didn't happen. It was like the climax of the movie, and it was like so serious. And it's like there's some goofy moments, but it's mostly a serious movie that's like that's taking itself seriously. And there's this like after this like carnage happens at this house, and like 3 of the main characters are in different. It's also really cool because it like follows 3 characters, and you get the perspective of actually 4 characters, which is cool because usually it's like you're getting the perspective of this one character. This one's like you're getting all 4 of these characters' perspectives, and all 4 of them are in different places. And it's like a climax scene where everybody's like doing something, and then it's like it's about to hit, and they're about to like this moment's about to happen where this guy goes and gets help and brings it back to the house where this crazy shit just went down. And as all of this is happening, the lady realizes that, and then there's this montage scene of her cleaning the house with this like upbeat like dance music. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? We went from this like insane carnage where, spoiler alert, this kid is like biting through wooden tables and you're like seeing it. And he's like chewing up the wood, and just like this horrible, I think he like fucking bites into his arm. It's like the craziest shit you've ever seen. And then it's like cleaning montage time. It's like, what is happening? And like,
you think that's like the old YouTuber.
That's
like,
what I wondered. I wondered that because listen, I'm all for combining 2 things that shouldn't, because it's like so bonkers. Like I can't think of anything specifically, but there's scenes where it's like a weird upbeat song is playing during like a terrible thing. Like I think in like House of a Thousand Corpses does it, where it's like a really upbeat dance song, and it's like someone getting tortured or whatever. And that's cool.
I feel like Terrifier would do that.
Terrifier does it too. But like this movie was so serious up until this point, and then it's like I was like, what? Why? Don't do that. But yeah, maybe it was the old YouTuber coming out. Anyways, sorry with all the spoilers, but you gotta go see it.
You gotta go watch movies.
It's fucking intense. And it legit, I came home and I was like, okay, not scarier than Hereditary, but got up there. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to be freaked out tonight like Hereditary did every time I watch it. I was like, I think I'll be okay. I did not sleep well. I was like, I woke up in a panic. I was like, it was on my mind the whole time thinking about it. It did legitimately fuck me up more than I thought it would. So go see it. And just know that you're not going to, Gavin, don't go see this movie because you're not going to be the movie you want to see. You're not going to feel very good.
I won't feel good until I'm like pretty solidified in everything I have going on in my future.
Yes.
I want to make sure everything is perfectly exactly as it should be.
I was ready for this. I fully went into it being like, I legitimately had a thought where I was like, I think this is going to be the one that finally gets scarier than Hereditary, and it's going to fuck me up, and I can't wait. That's like my full mindset. And my expectations were a little too high, but not too far off. Did a good job. That's it for movies. Oh, I just wanted to tell you, Gavin, Turnstile New.
I did see this.
Yeah, their new album comes out next Friday, and they announced that they're doing some screenings of the live visual album. Mm-hmm. And I bought a ticket to go see it next Thursday.
I was going to say, I really hope you do.
So I will let you know next week's episode how that was. I'm excited to see it. Gavin is loving these new songs. I'm a little confused about how I feel about them. I'm starting to like them more, but watch
the music videos.
I love the music videos. They're so good. At least
Yeah,
I
the
only
music
saw the
videos are
first one.
crazy good.
I only saw the first one and I loved it. Like I'm so, whether I love this album or not, I'll still like it. I know I'll like it. I can't wait to see this because the visuals have been amazing.
I just want to know how they make it look like that.
We'll
Like
sit down
all
and
their
talk
music
about it.
videos have like this, like it just seems flat and like these are really pastel colors.
I don't know
like
for
they must use like a crazy like either focal length.
Sorry,
or...
my battery just went out. I don't know for sure, but I would have to imagine they shot it on film.
Oh yeah, yeah. This
which is
like,
why
it
it
just
looks like that.
Yeah, it just looks like it was shot on film.
Yeah, that's great. Sorry, I gotta change my battery real quick.
But like also just like the way that they make it look like the transitions are pretty flawless.
Yeah.
And like they make everything kind of look flat. Like everybody is kind of, it's like slow motion, but like the camera's moving in normal. Like it's just in normal speed. Like it's just cool. Like it's just like they've got like a really cool thing going for them. And they always find these really eclectic places to film as well. Like just very like off the beaten path kind of places, unrecognizable to people that like maybe have been there or, you know, or wouldn't know if you hadn't been there before kind of thing.
Right.
Like I think they recorded in Baltimore for one of those, but it's like you wouldn't if I've never been to Baltimore, so it's like if I pass by it, maybe I would see it, but it just seems like it's just such a like they have like a really rundown park, or you know they've got like this amphitheater that's really run down. It's just cool. I don't know how they find these things. They do a good job.
Yeah,
they're very
I'll have to
very
check.
talented individuals. I think that they are going to be making a big splash in the next few years if they haven't already. And this is going to be a big splash as an album in and of itself, but
they're already fucking huge. Yeah, who directed it? Fuck. Directed by Brendan Yates, who's the lead singer, and Pat McRoy, or maybe Brendan's the drummer, and Pat's the singer. Fuck, which one's which? Oh, they're not following anybody. God damn it. We'll find out. Brendan, why am I searching up in here? I should just be searching up.
Brendan Yates is the vocals.
That's right. And Pat's the drummer.
Yeah.
Or the bass player?
Daniel Fang is a drummer.
That's right. I should know that. Now I'm just getting some like fucking publican guy. Guitar.
Yeah.
Guitar guy. Yeah. So I wonder who the DP was. Hold on, I gotta find this out for all my film nerds. Director of photography, Ian Hurdle. I'm gonna look him up. You did a good job, Ian, whoever you are.
And they're also having like a concert underneath a bridge. I think they keep advertising with like some crazy, like they have a crazy amount of hardcore artists that are going to be there.
Where is that?
It's really cool. I think it's in New York.
Oh yeah, it is in New York. Because I was like, oh, I really want to go to that. Yeah, he hasn't really done anything nothing I know. This Ian Hurdle feller. Interesting. I can't wait to see it. I'm really excited about it. British cinematographer. Oh, he'd worked with Paramore, Converse, Adidas, Turnstile, Nine Inch Nails. That's pretty cool. Okay, he's done some cool shit. This Paramore stuff looks like the Turnstile stuff. It looks amazing. Well, cool. I can't wait. Very excited about that. Should we do this next door drama? Let's save it. I know I promised a next door drama, but we'll save it. We're going a little long here. And it's getting a bit
Also,
hot.
none of these movies that we talked about have been on Worth It or Woke, so we can't.
Fuck. You think I'll have the
Can't see.
Turnstile one on there? By the way, a bit of a gripe to pick with AMC. Sorry, my camera's all.
Did they up the price of like A-list or whatever?
No, the Turnstile thing can't be applied to my A-list membership. So I had to pay the measly $10 for it. I had no problem with it. It goes straight to the band. All the tips go straight to the band.
And they have to disclose that publicly to every single theater goer.
We want you to know
They have to let you know that.
Stay tuned next week for a Next Door Drama while we move into our segment, What You Listening To. We do it every single week where Gavin and I recommend a song, album, or artist to each other and to you, the audience. And this week, it's not the Turnstile album, but I guarantee we will both be recommending it next week, which will be fun.
You know it.
Because that'll be only the second time we've both recommended the same thing. And the last time was the other Turnstile album.
I was going to say, yeah.
So, Gavin, what are you listening to this week?
So this song came on to, I guess it's been on my radar for a long time. It's been on my radar for a while. Ever since I saw M83 in 2017, I think, 2016, maybe 9 years or something like that. It's been a long time. It was before they reached really high on the TikTok listened list. I think that they're one of the most listened to TikTok artists because they have so many Intro is one of their most popular songs on TikTok. It's crazy popular. Well, Midnight City, obviously. Or outro is Wait is another one.
Well, Gavin, I mean, you think you're pre-TikTok in 2017. I went and got the album from the library in like 2012 and tried to burn it onto my computer.
Midnight City?
Yeah. Midnight City.
Yeah, I mean, I bought that on... Yeah, dude, I bought that. That was one of the first songs I bought on
what year?
My iPad in 2011.
Fuck, 2011. Mine also been in 2011.
Anyway, this song has been on... This song, I think Zach told me to listen to, or this album he told me to listen to before I went to the concert, because I was like, I've listened to M83. It was just like, I just want to know what else he's up to.
I had it on my iPad.
I did have Midnight City on my iPad.
Not before me.
Not before you, evidently. But anyway, the song is Run Into Flowers, and it's a really good kind of, it's mostly instrumental with some lyrics, but it's crazy how well he turns like repetitive stuff into just slight variations and makes it like music. Like it's not like, it's very Wall of Sound-esque, but I do enjoy M83 quite a lot.
This is on an album. This is from 2003.
2003. Yeah, it's a 22-year-old album.
I did not even know he was making music then. What was his first album, or was that it?
I think that was his first album.
It has to be. That's oh no, he had one in 2001. I'm seeing maybe it was like a EP or something. Debut album 2001. Jesus Christ, really? That's crazy. Wow, I did not know. Yeah, been active since 2001. No. Oh, no, it says 99. Active from 99. Wow. That's kind of mind-blowing. I did not know that.
Yeah, I mean, so this song came on after I was listening to Walking Through That Door by Future Islands. And then this came on, and I was like, oh, wow, this is a really good song. I like this song. So give it a listen.
Well, I'm not recommending something from the past like Gavin. He's stuck in the past still, obviously. I am recommending a brand new album by an artist I had never even heard of. It was so strange. I was on YouTube Music, as I use, and I always check the top thing on my homepage is new releases, and I always check that. And I saw this album cover, and you'll have to look this album cover up, Gavin, because it relates to something.
No, I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it.
It relates to something we talked about before, which I can't remember what it's called. But it's a thing where people put hooks in their skin and like hang from
Dangle
it.
themselves, yeah.
I can't remember what it's called, though. Oh, shoot. It was such a funny term. Oh, no, it's going to drive me nuts.
Suspension.
That's
Body
it.
suspension.
Body suspension. So it's someone doing that, presumably this person, which is Julia Wolf. The album is called Pressure. But I saw this cover and I was like, whoa, what the fuck? That's crazy. And then I was like, by Julia Wolf? I'm like, I don't know who the fuck that is. Why is this? Why? Like, because like the new releases, I should say, are tailored to bands you've listened to or artists you've listened to. Like it's rarely, sometimes something will pop up and I'm like, oh, that was probably on a playlist I played like 7 months ago or whatever, which is probably what happened here. But I was like, I don't know who this person is. And so I was like, let me just check them out. I'm curious. Like the visuals got me. I'm a sucker for good visuals. And I quickly made the realization that this is definitely, speaking of M83, a TikTok artist, which is not their fault, because they have their top song has 3 million views. The one behind that has 300,000 plays is the acoustic version. And then you drop all the way down to, well, there's a single version that has 147, but then you drop down to like 90, 100,000. It's mostly like, you know, tens of thousands of plays each. And, you know, it's just unfortunate or fortunate or whatever that all these great artists and bands end up having a TikTok hit that does super well. And it's like great for them, you know, it's great exposure. But it to me, it's like it sours me usually. But I put my differences aside, listen to this album, and I fucking love it. The first listen through, I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. I don't think it'll make my top albums of the year. Second listen through, changed my mind completely. This might be going on the list. I say that a lot. This album is fucking really, really good. It's exactly what I want. It's weird, it's experimental, it's genre changing, shifts genres the whole time. The first 2 songs have like literal metal breakdowns in them, and then there's like poppy upbeat songs. They have really cool math rock style guitar that's really beautiful. My favorite song is You've Lost a Lot of Blood. Last song on the album. It's just beautiful. It's truly a beautiful song. And then Jennifer's Body is great. In My Room, which is the TikTok song, is amazing. It's an amazing song.
Yeah, that's the thing about these.
It is a great song.
About these TikTok songs is that these are fantastic songs. There's a reason why they've gotten popular.
Yeah.
It just feels discounted.
Yeah, it just which sucks because I don't want to discount these great artists, and I'll stop doing that, but it's hard not to, because it's just like,
I mean, it's the same thing with Colts, like that band I listened to for like a month.
Yeah.
A month straight. I could not stop listening to their stuff, and I was like, oh, this is a TikTok artist.
Yeah. But you know, that's
they didn't start on TikTok. They just got popular on TikTok.
Yeah, which I don't think is their fault. I mean, why would it be their fault? All right, let's end it. That's enough for today. Fun episode. I'm glad I got to celebrate my birthday with a Sprite Tea. Exactly how does it win? It just happy birthday.
Well, everybody, thanks for listening to Takes All Kinds podcast episode. I didn't even think I said the episode number.
Oh no. Well, we got to start over, guys.
Yep, we're gonna re-record it right now.